In the previous lecture, we can discuss what are the factors affecting on adsorption of gases on solids. Number one will be a nature of adsorbate. Second will be a nature of adsorbent. Third one will be a surface area of adsorbent. Number fourth will be a temperature. And number fifth will be a pressure of a gas. Now, today we can discuss what is means by adsorption isotherm. Here, adsorption isotherm is nothing but the relationship between the amount of a substance adsorbed per unit mass of a substance and the equilibrium pressure in case of gas or concentration in case of solution at a given constant temperature, and that is called as a adsorption isotherm. Here, the scientist Friedrich proposed an empirical equation for adsorption of gas on solid, that is x upon m equal to k into p raised to 1 upon n. N is greater than 1, where x be the mass of gas adsorbed, m be the mass of the adsorbent at pressure p, x upon m mass of gas adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent, and P be the equilibrium pressure. That is a Friedrich adsorption isotherm, and this equation may be considered x upon m equal to k into p raised to 1 upon n. So here, where k and n are constant, which depends on nature of adsorbate and temperature. Next point, discuss graphical representation of Friedrich equation. So whenever we can plot the graph of x upon m versus pressure, graph will be present as like this. Next step, x upon m, that is equal to k into p raised to 1 upon n. In case of solution, pressure P in above equation is replaced by concentration. So we can write the equation like x upon m equal to k into concentration C raised to 1 upon n. That means pressure P can be replaced by concentration in case of solution. So in equation number second, taking log on both sides, here in case of k and concentration, there will be present multiplication, and whenever multiplication takes place, addition of log must be takes place. So here log x upon m equal to log k plus 1 upon n into log c. Whenever we can plot the graph of x upon m, this log x upon m versus log c or log p, here we can observe that a straight line is obtained, and this straight line gives a slope, that is a slope equal to 1 upon n, and intercept on y-axis it can give a log k. That is here the slope of the straight line will give a 1 upon m, while intercept on y-axis gives log k. The factor 1 upon n that ranges from 0 to 1, that means when 1 upon n tends to 0, x upon m remains constant. The adsorption is independent of pressure. And when 1 upon n equal to 1, x upon m equal to k into p, that is a x upon m is a directly proportional to pressure of a gas. That means here we can say that adsorption is a directly proportional to pressure. Next point will be adsorption. Application of adsorption. Number one will be a catalysis. Catalysis is nothing but to increase the rate of a chemical reaction. That is called as a catalyst. Here we can consider heterogeneous catalysis. Hetero means different. Hetero means different phases always takes place. Here, that means whenever we can consider two reactants, these are two reactants are in different phase. That is called a heterogeneous catalysis. Here, the solid catalysts are used in many industrial manufacturing process. Number one example will be a iron is used as a catalyst in the manufacture of ammonia. Second one, this platinum is used as a catalyst in the manufacture of sulfuric acid, and that process is called a contact process. Third example will be a in hydrogenation of oil, finely divided nickel is used as a catalyst. This is the first application, that is heterogeneous catalysis. Second one, gas mask. This gas mask, a device which consists of activated charcoal and mixture of adsorbent. It is used for breathing in coal mines to avoid inhaling of the poisonous gases. This is the second application. Third one will be a control of humidity. Here, use silica and aluminum gels are used as a adsorbent for removing moisture and controlling humidity. Number 4 application will be production of high vacuum, lowering of temperature at a given pressure. The rate of adsorption of gas increases on charcoal powder. That means here temperature must be decreased at a given pressure. The rate of adsorption of gases increases on charcoal powder. By using this principle, high vacuum can be obtained by adsorption. A vessel evacuated by vacuum pump is connected to another vessel containing coconut charcoal cooled by liquid air. The charcoal adsorbs the remaining traces of air or moisture to create a high vacuum. Next application will be adsorption indicator. The adsorption is used to detect the endpoint of precipitation titration. Dyes such as eosine, fluorescein are used as an indicator. For example, a solution of sodium chloride containing small amount of fluorescein is titrated against a silver nitrate solution. Here example must be considered sodium chloride plus silver nitrate. It can form a silver chloride, and again second product is NaNO3. That is sodium nitrate. Here we can say that when chloride ions are over, fluorescein is adsorbed on white silver chloride precipitate. Red color is developed. Color changes from pale yellow to reddish pink can be observed at the end point. Next one will be separation of inert gases. In a mixture of noble gases, different gases adsorb to different extent. Due to selective adsorption principle, gases can be separated on coconut charcoal. Next application, froth flotation process. A low-grade sulfide ore is concentrated by separating it from silica and other earthy matter using pine oil as a frothing agent. Hydrophobic pine oil preferentially wets adsorbed on sulfide ore which is taken up in the froth. Next one application will be chromatographic analysis. It is based on selective adsorption of ions from solution using powdered adsorbent such as silica or alumina gel. It has several industrial and analytical application. Here we can consider application of adsorption, food industry, drinking water treatment, pharmacy industry, storage of gas and electric energy. Next one is ferric pollution control, chemical and smelting industry, wastewater treatment, and here consider adsorption chromatography. And here we can use to the base of this is a burette. To the base of the burette, here we can use a alumina or silica saturated with solvent. Again add mixture of components X and Y, and again add a solvent. And whenever after some time we can observe that this mixture of components X and Y can be separate, and that can be collect to the bottom of the burette. That means here separation of column must be takes place, that is adsorption chromatography. In this way we can discuss the points such as number 1 will be application of adsorption, that is a heterogeneous catalysis. Second one will be gas masks. Third will be a control of humidity. Fourth one will be production of high vacuum. Next one, adsorption indicator. Separation of inert gases, froth flotation process, chromatographic analysis, that is the adsorption of application of adsorption. Next point here, catalysis. Catalysis are of importance in chemical industry and in living organism. A large number of chemicals manufactured in industries make use of catalysts to obtain specific product. The use of catalyst lowers the reaction temperature and energy cost significantly. So what is means by catalyst? A catalyst can be defined as a substance which when added to reacting system increases the rate of a reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical changes, and that is called a catalyst. This catalyst is again divided into two types. Number 1 will be a homogeneous catalyst. Second one will be a heterogeneous catalyst. Homo means same, hetero means different. That means when the reactant and the catalyst are in the same phase means either solid, gas, or liquid. That is the same phase. It is said to be homogeneous catalysis. For example, iodide ions used as a homogeneous catalyst in the decomposition of aqueous hydrogen peroxide. That means both iodide ions and H2O2 are present in the same aqueous phase. Second, oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide with dioxygen in presence of nitric oxide act as a catalyst, and this process is called a lead chamber process. That means here reaction 2SO2 plus O2 in presence of catalyst nitric oxide NO form a sulfur trioxide. SO2 gets converted into SO3, and this process is called a lead chamber process. Second one example, hydrolysis of sugar is catalyzed by H plus ions furnished by sulfuric acid. Here gives a reaction C12 H22 O11 plus H2O that is called a sugar solution plus H2O in presence of catalyst H2SO4 form C6 H12O6 plus C6H12O6. That means here glucose as well as a fructose can be obtained. All the reactant and catalyst are in the same phase. Second point, heterogeneous catalyst. When the reactant and catalyst are in the different phase, it is said to be heterogeneous catalyst. The heterogeneous catalyst is generally a solid, and the reactant may either be gases or liquids. That means here, example, oxidation of sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide in the presence of a catalyst. That means SO2 gets oxidized to form SO3, and here platinum acts as a catalyst. Other examples, dinitrogen and dihydrogen combine to form ammonia in Haber's process. Here nitrogen, when react with hydrogen, here 1 moles of nitrogen react with 3 moles of hydrogen and to form a ammonia, 2 moles of ammonia in presence of finely divided iron act as a catalyst. Here K2O, Al2O3 are promoters of the iron catalyst. Here Al2O3 is added to prevent fusion of iron particles. K2O causes chemisorption of nitrogen atoms and molybdenum is used as a promoter. Next example, hydrogenation reaction of vegetable oils to produce solid fat used in food industry. That means here hydrogenation reaction of vegetable oils to produce solid fat used in food industry. The reaction is catalyzed by finely divided metals like nickel, palladium or platinum. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen. Vegetable oil contains one or more carbon double bond in its structure. On hydrogenation, a solid product which contains only carbon single bond is formed and it is called as a vanaspati ghee. That means here addition of hydrogen takes place, that is called as hydrogenation. Vegetable oil plus H2. Nickel is used as a catalyst and to form a vegetable ghee, and it contains carbon single bond. Here in automobile catalyst converters, in automobile exhaust, large number of air pollutants such as carbon monoxide, nitric oxide are present. The catalytic converter transforms the air pollutants into carbon dioxide, water, nitrogen and oxygen. The catalyst is poisoned by absorption of lead. The automobiles with catalytic converter required unleaded petrol. In this way, today we can discuss the points like number 1 will be a number 1 will be adsorption, isotherm, friendly adsorption isotherm. Its equation is K of x upon m equal to K into P raised to 1, P raised to 1 upon n. Next, whenever you can plot the graph of x upon m versus P, nature of the graph as like this. Second, if this pressure is replaced by concentration, equation comes x upon m equal to K into C raised to 1 upon n, and whenever you can plot the graph of log x upon m versus log p, straight line will be obtained and its slope will be 1 upon n. Intercept on y-axis gives log k, and when 1 upon n tends to 0, x upon m constant, the adsorption is independent of pressure, and when 1 upon n equal to 1, x upon m equal to K into P, that is x upon m is directly proportional to pressure. That means the adsorption varies directly with pressure. Next one will be adsorption of application of adsorption catalysis, that is heterogeneous catalysis. These are the examples. Next one will be gas mark, control of humidity, production of high vacuum, adsorption indicator, separation of inert gases, froth flotation process, chromatography analysis. What is means by catalyst? What are the types of catalyst? That is homogeneous catalysis, heterogeneous catalysis. Examples of homogeneous catalysis. Next one will be heterogeneous catalysis. What is means by heterogeneous catalysis? examples of heterogeneous catalysis. Now, next lecture, we can discuss the points, that is what is means by inhibitors, and adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. That always discuss to the next lecture. So, thank you.